Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from a recent hilarious debate that started thanks to an interview that resurfaced about how Eminem can't compete with NBA YoungBoy, and this has sparked reactions all over the place, some more hilarious than others, which we'll explore in a bit. We also have more linked to a couple of recent milestones, and more to add to the collection of Eminem lyrics being taught in schools. A few months ago we explored the story of Eminem's The Way I Am being taught in a UK university, and today it's Lose Yourself being taught in 11th grade. More on this in a bit. For recent milestones, the Eminem Show just set a new record for 2000s albums on Spotify. Check this out. The Eminem Show has now surpassed 4 billion streams on Spotify. It's the most streamed album of the 2000s. And oddly enough, Eminem's got the second most streamed hip-hop album from 2002, the 8 Mile soundtrack that's overall the 5th most streamed album of 2002. And got a #1 album, #1 song, #1 film, and #1 soundtrack album in 1 year, 2002, and it makes me chuckle when people debate greatest peak years for artists in hip-hop music when objective data is easily accessible. And moving on to the next point, this was shared on Reddit recently that goes, Eminem being taught in school, as he should, a poetry analysis of Eminem's Lose Yourself that ends with a final question. In 1 or 2 sentences, explain what the theme of the poem is, what message is the poet sending to listeners/readers. Find 2 lines from the poem that you think most reveal the theme. Quite ironic, because if you were with us a few days ago, we were getting lectured on Twitter about how Eminem's music lacks substance, but here we are. This is pretty much common at this point across continents to spot Eminem's lyrics in a formal education setting up to university level. In this case, it was 11th grade, and some suggested a better song to analyze next time. They should teach fact. And to the experts out there, feel free to take on some of these questions. Drop your answers in the comment section later. And moving on, Eminem recently topped 52 million subs on this platform, the most for any rap/hip-hop act, and the 5th overall for artists on this platform. On the global chart for last week, despite all the recent drops, Eminem remains the #1 rap/hip-hop act in the world on this platform, and Love the Way You Lie hit 2.4 billion views. That sparked a reaction from the actor in the music video, Dominic Monaghan, that made its way to Reddit. Charlie from Lost. He added the caption, 2.4 billion views on YouTube remains the great Eminem most watched video. Speaking of YouTube, NBA YoungBoy also pulls impressive numbers on this platform thanks to a dedicated fan base and also his drop rate. I mean, since 2015, he's dropped nearly 30 projects that includes albums, mixtapes, EPs, and a compilation, you name it. But as usual, some get ahead of themselves when it comes to comparisons, and thanks to Master Beta, Vlad,
Bars.
A clip resurfaced that sparked new rounds of debate thanks to this report. YoungBoy gets 250k per show, Eminem can't compete with him. And in the report it adds, OG33 agreed with Vlad about YoungBoy being the king of YouTube. And on that note, before we dive into the debates, these lyrics come to mind from Eminem that sets the tone. So you sold 10 million albums, eh? Only problem is, you put out 10 million albums, eh? And I'm not about to diss anyone, but here are some hard facts. Speaking on YouTube, despite multiple drops from YoungBoy in the last year, Eminem, with no new projects, was the most streamed rapper/hip-hop artist on the platform in 2021, and as of last week, Eminem still outstreamed YoungBoy on this platform. For some context, in the last 2 months, 16 uploads on YoungBoy's channel. Eminem's last upload was a short 4 months ago, and last song upload was 6 months ago. So I don't know what they mean by king of YouTube, not in this universe. Check this out. Vlad is saying, why be king of YouTube? Lil Goof, check your facts first. Go on hip-hop Twitter, then see for how many years who's been the most viewed rapper in the world on YouTube. Eminem. Don't state something that you know nothing about, Vlad. But moving on to the 250k statement and how Eminem can compete. Over on Twitter in response, some suggested, you still have time to take this down, laughing emojis at Vlad, and more. Eminem with an average audience of 52,500 people per show can't compete with him? Hilarious. For some more context, Eminem's average audience per show is higher than the average for the English Premier League this season at 39.7 thousand. And on this platform, some have said it straight, Eminem did 7 shows tour in 2019 and earned more than Drake from his 23 shows that year. Bro, Eminem did stadium tours. Funny how Master Beta Vlad knowingly was cheering on the delusion in that clip just to get headline material. And under another ads, Dudes start seeing money for the first time in their life and start talking the craziest ish, laughing my bum off. It is mind-numbing for sure to even have this conversation, and it's more like Eminem can't compete with who? Laughing emojis. Let me hit whatever joint he's smoking. And before we end it, here's some food for thought. Eminem has 6 to 7 albums that on their own have outsold Youngboy's entire discography globally. It doesn't matter how you spin it, YouTube numbers, touring audience, album sales. But over to you guys, share your thoughts below, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.